kind of putting them on notice, delivering Alpha as a CNBC exclusive. Who else can pull this kind of event together?
Our next guest was inspired early on by the fictional TV series Star Trek and NASA's real-life Apollo moon landing. He went on to create the X Prize, offering $10 million for innovation in space exploration. The X Prize, in turn, spawned a new space race featuring business entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk and Richard Branson. Joining us, I'm delighted to say, is Peter Diamandis, founder and executive chairman of the X Prize Foundation. A very good afternoon to you.
Pleasure. Great to be here.
Thanks
to see you guys again.
Thanks for joining us, Peter. So you got inspired by the space race at a young age. How much has it come on in that time since you really got involved in it? Because we still haven't got real marketable consumer space travel.
We're just getting going, right? So I was inspired by, like you said, Star Trek and Apollo, wanted to be an astronaut, and realized my chance of 1 in 1,000 of becoming an astronaut. And I hooked my engine onto commercial space, and I've started some 17 companies. And the goal here is, can we create an economic engine? Right? Everything we hold of value on Earth, metals, minerals, energy, real estate, are in near infinite quantities in space. So I think we're just now going to see Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, my company Planetary Resources, the Google Lunar X Prize, all these things starting to drive us commercially into space.
There's going to be some hiccups along the way, though, and I wonder if some of what's happening with SpaceX isn't a little bit more serious than that, just because they've tried so hard to ramp up the schedule. They've had some high-profile disasters, including the most recent one. Could that set back private space exploration at the time when the public piece of it isn't really stepping up either?
So I think it might set it back just a small amount. I have huge confidence in the Falcon 9 design and in Elon to make it work. It's the most revolutionary space design ever by a long margin. And so it's in the early days, right? We're still in the 1920s equivalent of aviation. And the more we fly, the more robust these systems are going to get. And we're going to get systems that we can all fly on routinely, low cost. That is coming over the next 20 years. It's not far away. It's our lifetime.
So we're going to fly on this routinely. So this is for travel, not just for the experience of going into space?
So this is for opening up the space economy. Julian Guthrie is an amazing author. San Francisco Chronicle wrote Larry Ellison's biography, just wrote a book about me called How to Make a Spaceship, and it chronicles my childhood through to the winning of the X Prize. And my goal was to get into space without having to become a NASA astronaut. And I think we're going to start to see this commercial engine driving a lot of people to open up space for heavy industries. Elon wants to go to Mars. I want to go mine asteroids. All of these things are going to be possible now.
Yeah, I'm looking at 6-year-old you playing doctor with the kit your parents gave you.
Yeah.
That's all part of the book here.
Typical Kelly, just starting with the picture.
I know. Who has time to read the words?
But, you know, I knew Jeff Bezos when he was in college. I was at MIT. I was at Princeton. We were running SEDS chapters. And Elon I met back in 2000. And now we have individuals who got the wealth and the passion, you know, spurred by Apollo and Shuttle, to do it themselves.
And Richard Branson, one of those men, has written the foreword of this book.
Yeah, Richard wrote the foreword. Professor Stephen Hawking wrote the afterword. Very proud about what Julian did.
Which of those rich individuals, those entrepreneurial individuals, is going to win this race?
Well, listen, there's plenty of room for them plus many more. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar economy, right? Just 1.5 kilometer asteroid, and we've identified 11 as our targets, are worth $2 to $5 trillion each. I wanted that on my balance sheet.
but if you had to pick one, who would do it first?
Listen, I'm not going to pick one because they're both going to do it. They're not competing for the same thing. Elon wants to take humans to Mars in the next 10 years, right? Jeff wants to put millions of people in heavy industry into space. So there's room for both, and we're going to see both succeed.
Meantime, you're involved in some other technologies like Magic Leap. We tried one of those headsets.
I'm an advisor to the company, very proud of it, love it. Yes.
So which is going to be first? Are we going to Mars, or will we have a VR headset that you can wear for more than 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting, right? Because you're going to put on your VR headset and transport yourself to Mars or to the moon, wherever you want to go, and instead of schlepping your atoms and your meat body over there. So it's the most amazing time ever to be alive, right? At Singularity University, we talk about all these exponential technologies.
There's one other thing I'd ask. Recently, the MacArthur Genius Grants were awarded, and one of them went to somebody who came up with a paper folding microscope, which does just so much good at such a low cost. It reminds me of the $5 laptop and some other endeavors. I think there's some video of it. Is this potentially more useful in terms of changing the world that we live in today relative to some of the big leap exponential technologies that you're talking about?
What people don't have on their radar that's incredible is we have Google and Facebook and OneWeb and SpaceX all looking to provide 8 billion people on the planet with 1 megabit connectivity. And those individuals with access to a smartphone now have access to the best educational systems on the planet, best healthcare systems. We're about to democratize access to healthcare and education, which is an uplift the world. So we're in a period of extraordinary growth. In Silicon Valley, the conversations I have is something like this. People have no idea how fast the world is about to change.
Oh boy, buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up is right.
Thank you so much for joining us.
How to make a spaceship. I hope it inspires people to go for their own moonshots.
Thank you, Peter, for joining us here at Post 9. In the meantime, Peter Diamandis. Time now for